Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectings. So I have this video that was sent, Mandela effect mystery. You guys are going to get a real kick out of this one. Please be sure to like and subscribe the original uploader, as he has put a lot of time and energy into this. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night and God bless.
Welcome back everyone to another all-time scary video. Today I wanted to dive into one of the most bizarre and mysterious examples of the Mandela effect yet discovered. To understand this story completely, I'm going to delve into a lot of details and background information first. Just stick with me, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy how everything comes together at the end. Also, be sure to stick around until the very end of the video for your chance to win an Amazon gift card and hear who won my last video's gift card. So turn off those lights, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into a Mandela effect mystery, Tentaquil. This bizarre true story begins all the way back in July 2010 on a Pokémon fan art thread on a website called 4chan. 4chan is a unique website in the fact that it doesn't track your IP address, meaning you can't be followed or looked up after the fact. This kind of anonymous freedom usually leads to people saying all kinds of bad things, but in this case, it leaves us with an amazing mystery and no way of fully solving it. This particular Pokémon thread was started by a poster offering a challenge to draw your favorite Pokémon without looking at any kind of reference. Basically meaning draw your favorite Pokémon by memory only, don't look up any artwork. Simple enough, right? After a few entries, an anonymous user drew this weird doodle, a strange drawing of a blue-colored frog-like creature with a yellow spiral pattern on its stomach. The strange part about this is that this isn't a Pokémon. It isn't now, and it wasn't then. It was just a poorly drawn doodle made for laughs? Trolling? Or was it? The reactions to this drawing were hilarious. Laughter, humor, dismissive comments, about everything you'd expect. Then, the anonymous user was asked what Pokémon this doodle was, and he replied, Tentaquil. So at this point, I'd like to acknowledge that some viewers obviously have no idea about the inner workings of Pokémon. That's fine. I'll do my best to keep it as simple and easy to understand in this video. Tentaquil is a confusing name for a number of reasons. First of all, the name is a combination of two already existing Pokémon, Tentacool and Cyndaquil. This is what they both look like. Obviously, there is no other relation between these two than the combined names for Tentaquil. The second detail is that each of these Pokémon used in this name came from the first two generations of Pokémon. Now stick with me here, I'm going to make it simple. Each time there is a big new Pokémon game, it is labeled a generation, and it includes 100 or more new Pokémon. The first generation was introduced as Pokémon Red and Pokémon Blue for the Game Boy. This first generation had 151 Pokémon in it, and this is where Tentacool comes from. The second generation was introduced as Pokémon Gold and Pokémon Silver. This second generation added 100 new Pokémon, bringing the total up to 251. This is where Cyndaquil comes from. The Pokémon generations are now all the way up to Generation 8 and well over 800 Pokémon. So there you go, you understand all the details needed. Generation 1 and 2 are all that matters in this video, so now back to the mystery. Tentaquil became an internet meme spawning countless jokes, videos, and he was even later modded into some of the original games. So he began his life as a doodle, but in the end, he became this thing that was much bigger than that. The end. But wait, where's the Mandela effect? Well, we're getting there, and trust me, it's worth the build-up. Stick with me. When games are being developed, they aren't fully playable. It takes a long time and a lot of revisions to get to a final product that people in the public can actually play. When the pieces first come together and you can actually play it somewhat, this is called an alpha. When the game starts to become good enough that you can start showing it off without it being fully finished, this is called a beta. Obviously there is more to it than this, but I'm trying to keep it very simple for you. Japan, 1997. Nintendo, the publisher of Pokémon, comes to a massive event called Space World, where developers and publishers show off their new and upcoming games. Displayed there is the beta for Pokémon Gold and Silver. This beta was short, playable, and tons of the pieces that were included within it would never appear in the retail release. The game changed drastically after this show, and the final game that came out was very different than the beta. Only a select few people in the Japanese public got to actually play this beta. So now that you have all of the history lessons, I'm going to bring it all back together to a time that's a little bit more relevant to us. 2018. 8 years after a doodle of Tentaquil was first posted online, randomly, the demo from 1997 of Pokémon Gold and Silver from Space World was released online. The internet went into a frenzy. Digging through the beta, they were tearing open the code that made the game to find rare and unreleased art assets, music, and features that we never got to see. Think of it like a time capsule from 1999. What were the developers doing? What did they create? What was inside of this game that we never got to see? Well, this is how we got to see it. Included in those files was the original line of the 100 Pokémon that they were going to include in Pokémon Gold and Silver. Now, some were familiar to us because they ended up in the final game, but many were completely new and never before seen. And within this exciting discovery of never before seen Pokémon was one that really stood out. A strangely familiar, but somehow brand new Pokémon. It was Tentaquil in all but the name. The sprite was an exact match to the crude blue and yellow doodle from 8 years before. Somehow an anonymous poster on 4chan drew from memory a real Pokémon design that was never released or revealed 8 years before anyone else ever knew about it. What in the world? Again, this design was identical to that of Tentaquil. How on earth did he or she know? By all accounts, it isn't possible. These beta Pokémon, they were never released or revealed to the public. This demo was only seen and played in Japan. And these designs, they were locked away in that code, meaning that no one playing at Space World could have accessed these designs. These were locked away inside the code. They were not actually included in the beta. So by all accounts, this is impossible. My only explanations for this are as follows. My first is that the anonymous poster is from an alternate timeline where Tentaquil wasn't cut from the game before release and was actually included in Pokémon Gold and Silver. Or, and this is my second idea, that anonymous poster has one of the most specific Mandela effects that has ever before been recorded. Specifically, where he is the only person affected as far as we know. This is the only Mandela effect on record that is this specific, this mind-blowing, and this backed up by cold, hard facts. It turns out the internet felt the same way. Well, there it is, the Tentaquil Mandela effect mystery. Whereas most Mandela effects hit a sizable group or segment of the population, I suppose it is possible that an even smaller number of people could be affected. This is one of those cases. So tell me, what do you think? Is this an example of the Mandela effect or something else? Alternate timelines, parallel universes, the world may never know, but this story and mystery deserves to be told and retold. So if you don't mind, please share this video around. The more opinions, comments, and thoughts, the better. As I briefly mentioned in the beginning of this video, this mystery can never be fully solved because of the forced anonymous nature of 4chan. Because of this, we can't see who the original creator of the Tentaquil drawing was, and because of that, we'll never get to hear his or her explanation. What do you think about all this? Is this all pure coincidence? Dumb luck? Was this anonymous commenter privy to Japanese insider information? And from one of the tightest-lipped companies in the video game industry? And then to follow up on that question, if you said yes, with that secret information that he or she obtained, they used it to doodle out one of the cut Pokémon on a forum 11 years later, just to be made fun of for years and years, and then lastly to be redeemed 8 years later anonymously for internet points? No way. Absolutely no way. This is one of those truth is stranger than fiction stories. Anyway, let me know all of your thoughts below. Did you enjoy this video? What did you think about it? I know it's a little bit different than my 5 brand new Mandela effects videos, but I wanted to go deep into this topic and I felt like it warranted its own video. Would you like to see more videos like this on other strange mysteries? If you do, leave me some suggestions and ideas in the comments below. Before we go, huge shout out to Patty Angel. You have won my Amazon gift card giveaway from the previous video. Patty, please leave me a comment in this video's comment section with an email address and I will send you that code right away. If you would like to win a free Amazon gift card just like Patty, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a great comment. My favorite comment under this video is going to win, and I'll announce who that is in my very next video. Until next time, later.